As a kid, my first lab consisted of a card table, a soldering iron, and an old Radio Shack voltmeter. Back at that time, you could actually order like a digital clock kit and put it together. And I know as a kid, I used to read Popular Mechanics, Popular Science at times. I would do little electronic kits, science fair kind of projects. And I think it was really a progression over time where I had an interest in it. I was enjoying doing it. It was a bit of a passion in that regard. And it just developed over time into something I wanted to study in college, and then developed into a career. I mean, growing up, my dad was an engineer. He was working in aerospace, and there would be miles of large drafting tables. And that kind of set an image of what engineering was like, which definitely is different than what we have today. A lot of the work we do is, really in the computer. It's in the database, and you don't see it till, years later when you actually get silicon back, and then when you can actually buy a product. By that point, it's so buried inside the box you can't really even see it. Where at the same time, I can go home and build a piece of furniture or various project, and it's tangible. You can get your hands around it. You can put it on the shelf, and people can see it, and you can enjoy using it, and in a much more tangible sense than the work that necessarily goes into doing a processor design. I think in some ways the world perceives engineers as a kind of class of super intellectuals over here somewhere. And the people we work with are very bright, no doubt about that. But at the same time, they're real people, and they have to have the skill sets to get along with others. They have to have the skill sets to work as a team. They have to have the skill sets to be able to communicate complex ideas and to batter things around to really end up with the right result. I've been lucky to work with some really great people. People are happy to work together. The complexities that we're dealing with, you really have to do it as a team effort. I think one of the amazing things is if you look at processors over time. I mean, just a few years ago, these processors filled rooms of buildings. And yet what you can get nowadays in a PC at home is, 1,000 times the power. And I think we sometimes neglect looking back at history about how quickly and how far we've come with technology. And that's incredible to think about. I think it will be interesting to see where technology goes down the future. Obviously we have the incredible ability to bring compute power to bear nowadays. I think fusion can be a big part of that, obviously. And the question is, where will the applications go? Facial recognition. Really good voice recognition. Computers with the ability to almost become human in interaction. That's going to be interesting to watch in the future. I'm Brad Burgess. I'm a fellow here at AMD and chief architect for the Bobcat processor core.